say that for another time.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
because we will definitely. Booty so big.
Lord, have mercy.
Oh, you gotta say like, Lord, have
Have
mercy.
mercy.
Touch your uterus.
Have mercy.
Touch your vulva.
Wait a second. Not the twisting at the nipples.
Might as well.
That's how she sings it.
She really does. Her voice is so beautiful. But when you see the covers and what she be doing with her hands, I'm like, why are you touching yourself?
Like, just going all out.
She could sing the national anthem and she would be like, oh, say, can you see by the dawn? And I'd be like, Chloe, what are you doing? Why?
Like, we know you can, but like, why?
Like, we know you're sexy and you're thick.
Yes.
You don't have to remind us. We are good.
She disagrees.
All right.
She said, I'm going to remind you.
Clearly, that bitch got things to show.
Do you have a clip, or is it just...
Your hair is fantastic.
It's just been that, like, how is it being
How does it do
molded?
that?
Yes.
But I don't really understand the nature of
All
the
right,
question.
is it clips or is it hair tie?
It is one hair tie.
One
here.
hair tie.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
I got you.
And so I just put it up there, and it just does what I know.
Well, that's perfect.
That's amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Black women. So
Magic.
we're gonna grow on camera, as we're already rolling. We're gonna grow as we go. Okay.
Okay.
So one thing we got to do is introduce the podcast every time. This time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why
So-
we don't have a promo.
okay.
I mean, we're still gonna get a promo, but I don't know what happens.
Okay.
And like I said, it could definitely be a simple thing. Like, hey guys, welcome to the Check-In Podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we got Small Twin, we got Tall Twin, and we got Soul Did It on the mic in
Yeah.
the background right now.
Yeah.
And we just want to, welcome you to the podcast and start off by asking, how are y'all?
Yeah. That was great. I think we should keep all that you just said and then
And then just jump in right now.
jump in right now. I'm doing pretty well. Actually, that's a goddamn lie. That is a lie.
Louis, I swear, you know, because you was looking around. You know. You want to beat your orange ass.
Damn,
Me? Okay, so
Beat?
me.
Oh.
we're looking at you.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, no, I wasn't, I'm not doing too well today. But I want to record because it brings me joy. And, Louis is just being a great emotional support animal right now. So, go him.
Louis.
How are you
You
doing?
know when, like, you have that one member of the family, everybody doesn't have this, but I feel like most black people do. It's kind of racist, but I'm going to get into it later. All right. So that one, like, family friend of the family, or actual family member that y'all love, but you don't let really in the house unsupervised because they will go and steal your shit and then, like, sell it and get crack.
Yes.
That's who Louis is being right now.
Louis is being a crack fiend.
Like,
that
he
can't
looked
be
like
trusted.
he's looking around the house for shit to get into.
I think it's because the window's open. I think he doesn't know how to act when he hears birds.
Which is very interesting because based on his behavior in the house, he can't catch a bird. He can't even catch a bug. So it's very weird.
Damn, Louis.
Anyways, I'm doing great.
That's good.
Work has been working me.
Work has been working.
Me.
Hey.
Working me.
Hey.
But, I put my foot down this week and last week. So I just have to continue to put my foot down. It's exhausting, though, because I feel like I shouldn't have to do that.
Is your foot heavy?
It's not.
Is it hurting? From all the downness that
It would rather be up than down.
It'd rather be up than
like
down.
up in my pregnancy pillow, up on the when you lay on the couch and you put that one leg up on the back of the couch. Like it needs to be up. Like it needs to be up in relaxation, but it's down in
frustration.
Yeah. Like why I gotta keep telling y'all niggas the same shit
over and over again?
Yeah,
that's crazy. Soul Did It. How are you?
I am doing pretty okay. It is day 3 of my master cleanse.
Why are you doing this to your body?
Because
it's funny because I've done that before. So we was talking about it when we was downstairs.
Cayenne pepper
and lemon and maple syrup. Yep. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, Beyonce did it. I remember when she did that shit. I was like,
But
Beyonce trying to be the skinny bitch that she's not. But
Yeah.
go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah.
nah, it's actually mostly for self-discipline and a challenge. And after the horrors of the first day, been feeling great.
So what were the symptoms of the first day?
I ended that first day throwing up profusely
My
and
God.
with bad headaches, and I could not hold that demon water down.
Oof.
So it sounds like you were very hungry.
Yeah.
Is this like a purging detox though? Is that the point?
You're not supposed to purge out your mouth.
Yeah, definitely not.
It'll get some things out because you're not eating, and your body's able to, push out toxins when you're not eating food. But yeah, it's not supposed to come like like it's supposed to go down.
Right. It was just mostly the fact that like cayenne is very
Spicy. Yeah.
and it's settled. So now, as you see, I have this bag of cayenne with me, and
That's what that is.
yep. And
At first, I thought it was jerky.
and when I make my drink, I'll just put the correct amount of cayenne in it, and it's much easier to drink versus sitting in my drink all day.
So it's cayenne water or
Cayenne water,
Water,
lemon, and
maple syrup. Actually sounds delightful until
Yeah.
you get to the peppery part.
Yep.
even the peppery part. Like a lot of the immunity drinks are
You're African.
Spicy.
I want to let everybody know that you
That
are
was good.
African.
Yeah, that was good.
Because for the rest of us regular folk, ingesting spice with lemon and maple syrup it's not doing it.
okay.
Like if it's spice with if this is just like a flavory drink, like if it's like the equivalent of like andouille sausage in a drink or like shrimp and grits like Creole style like heavy seasoning, that's delicious.
Okay.
Great.
This is sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, oh, you're at a cookout for breakfast in Canada with a demon. That's like kind of
Yeah. Very
how it
accurate.
goes. That's how it
Still
goes.
sounds delicious. So if you can't finish it, I'll take a jug for you.
You want to try?
You have to do it without eating. That's the purpose.
Oh no, I need to eat.
Yeah.
No thanks.
So it doesn't detox if you
No
eat
chewing,
food.
no food.
No. So you're not eating at all?
Nope.
What? Is that safe?
Yep.
Mm.
Safe enough.
Safe enough. Okay. All right. Well, I think we did our thing. So now we just y'all
You're
wanna
so funny because you really do have to talk through it. When
There's no segues with this.
Nope. There isn't.
she's like, "There's no magic. I'm breaking the fourth wall every episode."
Every episode. Hey guys, this is a live recorded podcast.
I'm gonna need
Deal
you to
with
work
the
on
shit.
that again.
Oh, work on it. Oh,
Yeah.
I was
There's
just
no movie magic here.
gonna say deal with it.
It's supposed to be podcast magic.
Fuck that. I mean, yeah. Yes, podcast magic. Magic time. Cue magic button. Anyway, let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex,
See?
baby.
This
Let's
podcast
talk
has
about
become
you
mad
and
sexual.
me.
No, not even close.
Yeah, it really is.
No.
And I feel like you need to air some things out.
About like 3 episodes ago was the fucking pod.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, why y'all always talking about sex, you nasty whores?
I don't know because we're all celibate in this room, so
I can't even imagine
Are
having
we?
sex. It's very strange. I'm
have you started fucking already?
I'm starting.
No,
Your
it's
2022 goals?
Another 2 weeks or so.
Another 2 weeks, okay.
You gotta
Gotcha.
wait till he not on his little cleanse anymore, so he need them calories.
Because I know when I be first starting keto, like my body don't be the stamina
Yeah.
need to be down.
Okay,
Like
okay.
my body got to readapt.
Damn, okay. Well, damn.
Yeah, my stamina's up.
I mean,
I'm not saying that I've been having sex or whatever, but if I was, somebody might have said to me, "You not tired yet?"
And you like, dang, my body was just
I
starting.
do usually go to sleep at this time, but I don't feel sleepy.
You know, I think that is just further proving the point that this podcast has not become sexual at all. It's become
Enlightened,
very,
honestly.
very sex positive, but not sexual. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I
No
mean?
nut January?
No nut anytime because
don't
we-
nut.
Yeah, retain that. Keep that nut. Keep the nuts.
No nut 22?
No nut.
Yes.
2022.
No nut 22.
No nut to two.
No nut to do.
No to two. Ha ha.
To do, little nut.
Like, I just, this is different. This is different from the fucking podcast.
All right.
This is sexuality. This is a conversation.
This is the elevated. It's like when you have like mac and cheese at a black restaurant, and then you have elevated like Parmesan noodles with a Gouda. This is just like.
Got you. It's next level.
It's like the ramen shop, but we were doing oodles and noodles before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Let's see what you got.
So let's chop it up. So basically, what I want to get into is
we'll get into it. Yeah.
I think I can remember what our earliest views on sexuality were.
Yes.
So me and you went to private Christian school.
Hey, shout out
Small
private
twin,
Christian school kids.
Tall twin. And then DJ Soul went to public school.
Gang,
So-
Bernie Gophers. Oh, that sounded disgusting saying it. Oh my God.
Bernie Gopher.
Glenn Bernie Gophers.
You had to do it like that. That
I'm
sounded
sorry.
disgusting
That was really
saying.
funny. I mean, it's not like every Christian school is not a fucking eagle. So.
It is an eagle for Christ. An eagle for our Lord.
Christ,
You're gonna hell for that one. Christ, cool.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, what were our earliest views on sexuality? So like, I remember when we did the talk in 7th grade. What the fuck is he doing?
Being a delinquent in a nuisance.
It really is.
Fucking.
He's just like, I'm gonna throw this down.
He's just fucking with everything in the room. Boy, stop it.
But yeah, our talk in Christian school started at 7th grade. They split up the girls and the guys, and then we got that whole "it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve" type of homophobic bullshit.
So that,
shit.
Yo, for real.
that was your middle school experience.
That was my middle school experience. But that's when sex was talked about. I didn't
brought up
really-
into the schools.
Yeah, I didn't really. Actually, this is a lie. Do I want to say this? Okay. So as a elementary schooler, I was very much into kissing.
I thought you were going to say butts.
Yeah. Nope, I wasn't into butts. I was into
I
kissing.
think butts would have been better.
Elementary
How?
school. How? I don't know. It just kind of was a thing for me. There was actually one time where I thought I was pregnant because I kissed somebody. So
That's really funny because you don't like to be touched now. So, younger you was like, kiss us. I want to kiss everybody, love everybody.
just like that.
Yep.
Come here.
Was this open mouth or closed mouth?
Open, baby. What you talking about?
You were open mouth kissing other children.
That's why I thought I was
Fucking
pregnant.
COVID.
That's why I thought I was pregnant.
COVID.
It's because of the extreme.
Here's why COVID
lengths.
exists right now.
Yes.
Oh man, all them children that can't experiment and kiss right now because of COVID.
Boom.
Dang, they gonna miss out.
I mean,
Damn.
we were getting a different color flyer every other week in high
About
school
mono.
about mono, and that didn't
True.
stop nobody from kissing.
You want my drink? No, I don't. Want
You
your
can just
drink.
waterfall it.
Mm-mm.
I'm okay.
I don't have mononucleosis in my body at all, so I don't want to have it dormant.
Like when we tell you, the first one was red, and we got orange and a yellow, and we literally had the whole rainbow.
Yeah.
And they just kept
Jeez.
sending flyers,
Yeah.
and it wasn't stopping.
It wasn't, and it didn't stop me. So,
That's actually no, because my childhood
You're so
experiences.
brave.
I remember very vividly. My mom would watch one of the neighborhood kids. She was a girl, of course, and we were under the covers, and it was my first time trying to kiss, and I completely missed her mouth and kissed her eyelid.
Okay.
Wait,
You
Well,
weren't looking.
These are smaller faces, so the distance was probably
It was under the
half an
covers.
inch.
It was dark. And I remember that as my first kissing experience because she literally said, "You kissed my eyelid." And I was like,
But you didn't look at her at all? You didn't aim,
Did you?
And I
Did
don't
you be
even
like,
think-
that's what I meant to do? I want you to see my heart first. Kiss your eyes.
"Yo, that's great." Because I don't even think I did the re-kiss. Like, I don't think I ever kissed her lips that day.
That's so interesting. My first kiss was at 18, so yeah, I didn't have any
Whoa.
younger.
No child experience?
Whoa! Yeah, mine was definitely before 10. Before 10. And it was like nasty ass kissing. It was really bad.
It was the woes for me.
Because I was definitely kissing shorties in middle school. But
I was scared of anything that was attracted to me. Anything,
Interesting.
man,
Okay.
child,
Okay.
woman. I just was like, nope. If you like me, I'm
Yeah.
scared of you now, and I'm going to go hide.
But why do you think you were afraid?
Because I think, growing up in a Christian household, and my grandmother was very, very, very religious. My dad's, son of a pastor. Like,
Oh, shit.
isn't that interesting?
That is
Doesn't that
hilarious.
explain a lot?
I think my grandfather also does some preaching, and I'm just like,
Interesting.
But,
Yeah.
So I'm a son of the deacon.
okay, there you go. There you go.
yeah, I'm just me right now. But, it's just Christianity and not having sex before marriage was really, 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 really pushed, especially on my mom's side of family. I got older and I started understanding dynamics in the family. I was like, oh, because y'all was messing up. That's why that happened. That's why
Yeah.
y'all was really trying to get me not to do it because mistakes, quote unquote, were made.
Yes.
But yeah, I think so much of that talk just kind of freaked me out about it. So I was like, oh my gosh, kissing leads to sex. I don't want to have sex. I need to leave this person alone. So yeah, no, I was not interested. Anything that, like, anytime a person was interested in me, it made me nervous. I was just like, oh no, I'm about to sin before God. I need to leave this child alone.
Wow. I was definitely one of those kids in middle school that was like, if sex before marriage is a sin, what do you do when you get divorced? You just stop having sex? I was asked to stay after class.
I think that's a valid question, though.
That's what I'm saying. I was that
What
kid.
grade was this?
It was middle school.
Okay, so I think that's a valid reason for you to stay after class.
Why?
I still
That's a
think
that's a high school conversation, ma'am.
It's a high thinking question, yes. But, well, okay, all right.
Like, it's
I'm
an odd
with you.
question to come from a middle schooler.
Sure.
I was in 8th
Okay.
grade. We were transitioning.
Right, but it's still like a high level question that you shouldn't think about. But so I get what you're saying to stay after class. Not stay after class as in be in trouble, but let's talk about
Like,
this.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I was in trouble. Miss
How's-
Chandler was not with the shit. She was like,
name
Sade,
dropping.
oh, yeah. Bitch. I hope you're listening now.
Chop.
We just didn't like each other. Honestly, she was reminiscent of an individual that I am dealing with right now in my life, whom I work with. That was Miss Chandler.
Okay, I get it.
So I was always like a challenging voice in her class, and
Right.
so it was just because I asked why. Like I was curious. It was like,
That's not a thing you're supposed to do in private school.
yeah. Were you allowed to ask questions in public school?
Because, yeah, you did that shit in Christian school, they'd be like, you're the spawn of Satan and you don't understand when to be quiet.
We gonna call your parents and
It's like,
all
why are
that
you
shit.
calling my parents? I didn't do nothing wrong.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm
at
supposed to
all.
be learning here, correct?
Yeah.
Can you teach me?
DJ Soul, were you able to ask questions?
I think back my earliest experience, like from the educational standpoint, was probably around sixth grade. They brought it up and stuff, but I don't know of anything past that. Or I mean, yeah, past that, high school education. But we didn't get, a couple classes and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and I want to say, I didn't have any sort of talk in middle school.
So the birds and the bees talk.
Never had
Like, at school,
Yeah.
there was no conversation about it. What they did is, because for some reason, our graduating class was always just the largest class, whether we were in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever. We were just a really big class. So they always had to split us up. But I think it was 6th grade, they split the boys and the girls up.
Yeah.
So you were in a separate homeroom. All the girls were together and all the guys were together. But they didn't really, and, my Bethel people, y'all could check me if I'm wrong about
Shout out
this.
Bethel gang gang.
But yeah, they didn't like sit down and have no Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve. Like there was
Oh my
no
God,
conversation.
yeah.
It was just like, do not mingle with the boys.
Yeah, gay shit was not tolerated. Like it was just
Jesus.
I know, right? We're going into it. Like it was seen as a sin, but like I would always like I was the challenger in any type of environment that was trying to push that narrative. I'm just like, okay,
Why?
but like hella things are sins. Only because like people be gay, and I really didn't give a fuck. I really just didn't care. As a kid, I
Baby
never
gay.
like. It was a big deal to my dad and like my African side of the family, but it was just like I never saw it as a big deal. But
So do you feel like the reason why you were so quick to question it in school was because you questioned it at home with your family? Not, not to say that that's wrong,
Yeah.
but like we had very different thought
I was
processes
questioning a lot of shit
at
school.
that time in school because I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, I need to stay away from them niggas so I don't get in trouble.
I think I never really had an avenue to talk about it at home. So at school, I was just like,
This is
nobody's
this-
gonna hit me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna ask these questions. Like,
Fair.
But did y'all get the birds and bees talk at home too?
No.
Or yeah, I never got any type of talk.
I got it from my cousin / big brother.
oh no,
He's the one who talked to me.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I appreciated it because my parents, I think, wanted to protect me so much that they didn't tell me anything, and so my cousin kind of put me on game, and he was like, I remember one of the things he said because he gave me like a list of things to watch out for, but he was like,
Really?
if a guy is like, oh, I got a surprise for you, close your eyes, he's probably gonna try to kiss you, don't let that happen. Like, he just like ran through like the stuff that people do, and he's like, watch out for this, watch out for that, because by the time I got into like 7th, 8th grade, I was already on the chunky side, but I was very developed. So it wasn't like I
You had
wasn't
big
getting
tits. Sorry.
yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
It was a compliment. If that came
Thank you.
across rude,
It was just surprising. It's okay.
is it? I
It
always
was very
compliment.
straightforward.
No. I agree with the comment. I just didn't expect it to be delivered at that moment in that way. But like, you good. You right. These titties be titties. Like, they be the big old titties, tickle bitties. Like, you right. But like, I was getting eyes from people,
Yeah.
so it would have, if I could have an honest conversation with my parents now, I would have been like, I would have loved for you guys to give me the conversation, because the situations try to happen regardless of you trying to
Protect me from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spare me from that. So, and then I probably would have been less scared. Doesn't mean I would have done shit, but I at least wouldn't have been having like probably what I would call now anxiety from people being like, I like you.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't do that.
I definitely had a moment where I was like afraid to talk to guys, and I don't even know what spawned that, because like all my friends were guys. Like, I don't, like, once I hit puberty, I was just like, what are these feelings? What are these tingles? Retreat.
I was good with hanging out with guys. I could have hung out with 40 guys. Like, it was fine.
At
but
one point, yeah.
until they said that they liked me,
I was like sweating from
that's
my
when
right pit.
yep, it's always the right one. Always the devil's right pit. I just
The right pit. Like, it never failed. But also, I will say that I never got a birds and bees talk, but I got a puberty talk.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I got a puberty talk from my mom, which I've talked about on the show before, but like, she definitely prepped me for a menstrual cycle and like the changes my body was going to make, but we never really had a conversation about sex. And for the most part, I never even hinted that I was a sexual person until my adult life, around my parents. Like, they didn't know I was out here in these streets until last year. So
that was probably a very big adjustment for them.
it was shocking and very jarring, the call that I had to make with my mom. She was like, huh? You haven't said what?
You doing what?
Okay, I'm gonna be right there. And I was just like, sorry, I had to throw this on. Yeah, like, but it just, they did the best that they could, but they really didn't provide that environment for me to like want to talk about.
And I think that's just something that, I mean, I would say probably most people in the Black community have had that experience. If you come from a very Christian background or Christian home, that's not something you talk about.
Yeah.
What, you want to know about sex? Don't do it. That's the conversation.
Pretty much. Like, sex leads to babies. You want a baby? No, don't have sex. All right. Sounds good to me.
Good talk. Thank you.
Thank you. But when you like kiss somebody and you're like on them, do you get pregnant by that? Like I couldn't ask them that.
Yeah.
So I just had to assume, and like I was
dry humping, like, okay.
bro, I was like,
Have you guys heard of
I
soaking?
was doing some wild ass shit. Huh?
Soaking?
What
Yeah.
is soaking?
I think the term came from like either Mormons or like Jehovah's Witness or whatever. They were like, probably Mormons. They were like, oh, you can't have premarital sex. But then the kids that wanted to have sex decided like, oh, you know, sex is really just the insertion, like the thrusting. Like,
Oh, that's
if you like going in and out, that's when you have the sex. But if you put it in and you just sit there for a second, you good.
no.
You just soak it.
What?
Oh shit.
So I saw this comic. This was years ago. And it was like, why these kids acted like Jesus is a T-Rex and his vision is based on movement. I was just like, that's wild. I never would have put those things
I
together.
never knew that was a thing, but that is brilliant.
Yeah, I believe it's called soaking.
Wow.
Yeah, we're just gonna...
Is that the same as slug sex?
Yeah, see, I was literally about to say that. You don't move.
You don't move.
You just insert and you lay there in each other's juices.
Oh God, that's. I mean, the time and place it could be.
No. I'm gonna have to say no to all of the above, because
Oh shit. Okay, the only male in the room. Did you ever birds and bees talk?
No birds and bees talk. I feel as though, as someone who did not have sex till my adult life, and who did not necessarily have a lot of relationships, somehow, some way, I was able to be like very hip to game, and I don't know how. I don't know if I was just watching the exact...
It's in your dinner. It was in your heart.
Yep.
Your body was like, we just gonna curate this until he ready.
I don't know if it was like, okay, the one time I did have any type of conversation, my cousin had caught me. He was staying at our house for a couple months. He goes on the computer.
Oh no.
And
That's
I was
weird.
smart enough to go incognito. So when he gets on, I think he saw big natural titties as the search.
Natural titties. I thought you were gonna say big bouncing titties, but natural.
And that matters.
Yeah.
That does matter.
Now that we are all adults and can go on the interwebs and see what we want to see, that's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Because
does
sometimes you
matter.
put, big whatever.
Big
and
titties, and it's just plastic.
And you're like, oh, I didn't want to see
It's
that.
plastic or pink, and I don't want to see either of them. I get it.
Yep, you gotta be descriptive. Love that for you.
He was the cousin that was very like...
He tattled.
He didn't tattle, but he was hard on me, like on some like he wasn't the cool. He was the Christian, the very Christian cousin.
Oh, he pulled you to the side. It was like, look, man, you need to think about your salvation. I mean, you don't want to do this.
Was there guilt?
There was a guilt complex there thrown in. Did it stop me? No, but
Of course, once you see big natural titties, there's no coming back.
There's no stopping that. You got to keep that going.
But yeah, there was a lot of.
Sorry. I'm going to put my uncle away. My bad.
It's okay. I mean, you're not wrong. I see big natural titties every day, and I'd be like, huh.
Sorry. You're great. I'm just complimenting
Okay.
you.
It was the whispering. She's talking louder.
They won't be able to hear
They're
it.
talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue being a respectful male
See?
and not comment.
On her.
And anyway.
The way you talk about my ass all the time, I
No,
have
this
to
is
talk
fair.
about your
That's fair.
tits.
That is fair.
Okay, yeah.
Balance the scale.
That's equivalent exchange.
Yes, thank you. Okay. He's all flustered now. That's so cute.
I am remaining.
He's like, I'm glad I'm not on camera right now.
I
so
am
glad.
going to be calm and not comment.
Hey, everybody stop talking about ass and titties for a second.
Ass and titties.
Ass and titties.
Oh, okay. So, but an interesting experience for me growing up is obviously we're all horny toads and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like all my guy friends were super in like high school hits. they gotta fuck something.
Fuck.
All the virgins gotta fuck something. We're all virgins and everybody's gotta fuck. It didn't make sense. But I was always that one friend that was like, but like, what about her feelings though? Right?
Okay.
Thomas, shut your ass up and fuck that bitch.
Exactly. That was it every single time. It wasn't until maybe 3 or 4 years ago that my male friends that were saying, shut your ass up, was finally like,
damn, nigga, you was on to something.
You was on to something.
Yeah.
Word for word. Thomas, you might have been on to something at a young age. You know, I respect that.
That's crazy. You were wise beyond your years. That's great.
Bitches do have feelings.
No, I actually wonder if there's somebody like that in like the friend group with guys. Like if there's somebody that's just like, you don't really like her. I know you're just trying to fuck, but like,
did you tell her that you just want to fuck?
Like, just tell her.
Consider how she might feel about this.
I always wonder if there's a voice of reason.
I will say, I will say yes, but there are a lot of double-edged swords in it that person will probably have to deal with, and they're not all the same.
Okay.
Mine could have also been that I was not smooth enough to get the women to figure out how to have sex. Because I always wonder if I had the power, would I have used it differently? Because once I realized,
you just didn't believe in, nigga, you got dimples. That's already, you 85% there. So like, I understand why I didn't have the power. Yes, you did. Yeah. Yes, you did. You just didn't use it.
Once I learned that I had the power and learned how to use it, then I was in a position where I was like, I don't want to use this power for evil.
That's
an ultimate good. Honestly,
truly. I came to that revelation. Once I was just like, oh, I have pussy power? What? Like, I need to use it for good. I need to, like, only reserve it for people who I care about, which is stupid.
Wow, you guys are very thoughtful.
Nah, there's regrets. There's regrets there. Because I feel like I didn't really live life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely made a promise to one of my close friends that I would keep my virginity until I was 16. So when 16 passed and I still didn't fuck, I was just like, I'm going to just keep it until I, like, fall in love with somebody. It wasn't necessarily marriage, but it was definitely, like, contingent on the fact that I cared about this person. And when that finally happened, it was a fuck nigga. So I just was like...
Yeah, those are the ones that usually get you.
It's just like, clearly, I don't have a good sense for these things. So I wasted time. Could have been fucking.
Very weird dynamic.
Could have been fucking.
Could have been fucking.
There's a really weird dynamic when you, like, attribute a certain value to your virginity and to your body, because there's a thin line between going, my worth is in making sure people don't touch me if they quote unquote don't deserve me versus, oh, I'm just trying to keep my body count low so niggas don't think I'm out here being a whore. It's a very weird line. So it's like, with all this body positivity, like, my mom asks me questions every once in a while. She's like, how are millennials blah blah blah
having
like,
sex?
No.
Oh, I was about to say what? Sorry.
You act like you have not met my mother before.
I was on a different page. My bad. Different book too.
Okay.
A banned book.
But she'll ask me questions on how millennials are dealing with certain things, and I was like, I can't speak for everybody, but this is what I be doing, and this is what my friends be doing. But yeah, it was like, everything is very body positivity. So it's like, you don't want to feel bad for going out and fucking everything you see.
Yeah.
Because society's telling you, like, that's okay if you're very sexual and you want to fuck everything. But then on the other side, it's like, okay, are you fucking everything because you have an internal problem and you don't love yourself? And it's like, okay.
Shit.
All right, well, I don't know. So I guess we just gonna table that for next time. Like, it's it's a weird, like, double, whatever the fuck.
People aren't ready for that conversation, but that's a good transition. How has your views on sexuality evolved over the years?
I bust the thing wide open. No, I'm just kidding. I don't bust it wide open. It's the open mouth. Bring it back.
Just like that? Just like that?
No. I don't know who you playing with, but you ain't gonna play with them like that.
What you say?
Yeah.
Sorry. My bad. Different book again, different page. Yeah, my man's cute. Mouth breather. Like, what? All right, anyway. Sorry.
Views on sexuality change.
How have they changed?
That is a huge question.
It is very huge. If you want to break it up, do it.
I'm going to start with this. The best thing, or the biggest thing I ever learned is that sexuality, everybody should realize that sexuality is a spectrum.
Yeah.
It is not just you're either this or that.
Yeah.
Because when you do it in such a binary, actually, let's even start here. When we were young, it was probably gay, straight, and bi. Like, that's it.
Barely bi.
Barely bi, you're right.
Yeah.
3 flavors, and now there's like Baskin Robbins and
There's
shit out
a
there.
whole
I'm just like, what?
fucking
Alphabet.
alphabet. Like, that shit was... When I tell you, my views on sexuality used to be so problematic, which is hilarious now because of whatever. But anyway, like, I was one of those people, full disclosure, I would just go in on my bi friends. I'd be like, you can't be bi, and you can't do that, and you, me, opinion. And, like, looking back at that now, I am so sorry for being such a fuckhead, because that shit is stupid. Like, that was strictly coming from a place of pain and hurt, because, like, I had a friend, she was with a bisexual man, he cheated on her with his homie, and I was just like, oh, see, that's why bisexual men ain't shit, blah, blah. That's
Sheesh.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's where that was coming from. It was coming from
wait,
a
I
place of
remember that.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yes, so I was just like, I had this view on bisexuality, and I was very loud and boisterous with this opinion. Like, I voiced this opinion very openly.
I don't know, you're gonna be canceled in 10 years.
Oh my God, I hope I didn't put it online, but I definitely was saying it. I was saying it with my chest, because I had bisexual friends, and I was just like, nah, you need to pick a time. Blah, blah, blah. Now, in this day and age in 2022, am I bisexual? I don't know. Am I sexual? Yes, I do know that. So it's funny how, for me personally, that has evolved for me, is coming to the realization and respecting the fact that sexuality really is on a spectrum. And, like, I was so ignorant back then, and I didn't want to learn that. Like, people tried to explain it to me. Like, I would say my one ex-friend, I would say he was my introduction into sexuality being a spectrum, because I would always look at him and I'd be like, hey, are you gay? Like, if you are, I don't care, but, like, hey, what's good? Like, and he was just like, I'm not gay, I usually date women, but if I fall for a guy, I fall for a guy. And at the time, I was just not ready to receive that information. And, like,
Around what age was this?
This was in college. I was maybe 19 or 20.
Okay.
And he was telling me this. He was just like, there's a guy that he has a crush on me, and I don't really like him, but I don't know how to tell him. And I was just like, well, if you're straight, like, just tell him you're straight. And he's like, I'm not really straight. And I'm just like, huh? What that mean? So yeah, that was my first introduction. And honestly, we're not friends now. I wish you the best. I hope you're doing well, Brandon. But, like, you did teach me a lot. Yeah, because I ended up... Yeah. There's history there. So, I will give him that. He did teach me a lot about sexuality in my time in college. Even though I didn't, like, experiment or anything like that, I definitely received the information with an open heart, and I educated myself. So I would say probably the past, maybe since 2014, maybe 2013 to 2022, my sexual evolution is just ever growing. It's ever changing, and I'm open to it.
I think that's fair. And I also want to say, like, at 19, I don't think anybody expects, like, at that age, you're still trying to figure out, like, what was I taught by my parents that wasn't necessarily true?
Right.
What was I indoctrinated with when I was in, school, and not even just private school, but school in general.
Yeah.
So you're starting to experience the world and learn for yourself. So I think, that's still, in my opinion, quite young to feel like, damn, I was a piece of shit. Like, no, nigga, you was learning. You just didn't know.
I really just didn't know, and like, all I can do is just be a better person and educate myself now. And like with my life experiences, like I think the thing with the alphabet is it's putting a label on all the things that we've always known about each other. Mm-hmm. Like I've always known that I was different, but I didn't know like what to call me.
Which brand of different?
I didn't know what brand of different. Like, I knew I wasn't a girly girl. I always identified as a tomboy. But when you Google tomboy, you just see, like, shaved heads and, like...
I'm just like, I'm a tomboy, but I'm not a lesbian. So it's just like...
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I just want to make that clear. But I'm not looking for that. That's not what I'm looking for. So, like, there's just a label or I'm learning in my terminology now.
Right.
And I'm learning that, I'm definitely somewhere on the spectrum, especially after last year. Because last year was...
I'm not on no spectrum.
You not?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm super straight.
Okay.
Straight edge.
Super straight.
Point north.
Follow me.
Which, I mean, like... I can objectively find women attractive.
Right.
I don't want to... Like, I make jokes and I'm like, I would eat Doja Cat's ass. Like, I would eat her ass. But I wouldn't. Like, I would not.
Oh, for real?
Her ass wasn't presented in front
if
of
she
you.
really was like, hey, I heard you eating my ass tonight. Oh.
I didn't really mean that.
Who's doing...
You meant that in a figurative
Maybe
sense?
we should, like, have dinner first. This is very forward. Like, I could dibble-dabble in it, but I don't think I would enjoy it. Like, can I do the actions? Yeah. Yes. But will I have fun? Probably not. I don't really... Like, that's not how I enjoy asses. But that's just besides the point. We can have a whole nother conversation about me and asses. But...
Yeah, you got an ass thing.
Yeah, you got an ass thing. I think that for me, growing up, anybody who was not straight and walking the straight and narrow was really demonized... in the Christian culture. So, I just grew up thinking like, oh, these are bad people because they refuse to, do what they're supposed to do, which is be straight. And I remember the first year that we were able to vote, I think it was question 6, and it was whether I think it was for gay marriage.
Marriage, yep.
And I remember like standing there. I knew everything else that I was like voting for, and I was just standing there staring at that question because I was like, I'm a Christian, so should I say no to this? But also, like, if they're happy, like, this isn't hurting anybody. I spent a lot of time in that booth trying to figure out, like, why does this matter? Yeah. Like, am I wrong if I say yes?
Right.
Am I wrong if I say no? Like, should I follow culture? Should I follow Christ? Like, it was just a big thing for me.
And you remember the question number.
Yeah, it was a very traumatic time for me because I was just, it was during that time that we were really starting to learn more about the world. And I was just like, I do know some people that I think are gay, but they're lovely.
Right.
So why would I stop them from being able to do what makes them, I don't give a shit if they get married. I don't give a shit if regular people get married. Right. I don't give a shit in general. So after we graduated high school, Howard Community College was my first public school. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I got to dress myself every day. It's not a uniform. Oh my goodness, I got to talk to niggas. Oh my gosh, they like me? What do I do? And I met a lot of people who were gay. I had a lesbian think that I was coming on to her. And I was just like,
oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, no, I just dress like this for comfort. I'm not gay. It was very awkward. But, that's when I learned. It was like, it doesn't matter. Like, you just treat people with respect regardless, and things will be fine. If you like things in your butt, that's fine. Right. If you don't, that's cool. Let's just all mind our business. What you do in your house, in your bedroom, should not be up for debate for other people.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like I still learning new shit. Like shout out to my ex-work husband. Like he taught me a lot of shit, and I was just like, oh, I'll be doing some things.
Yeah.
But it's since then, I think I've gotten to have a healthier relationship with things that when I was younger, I was taught this is bad. And I'm like, no, this is not bad. These are just people who are different.
I think so. I also think definitely straight as well. But I always have this one question in my head, right? As a black man, I'm always wondering if I didn't have the outside pressures of society as well as the black community, would I still think the same way? That's also because I think I've talked to a lot of people about this too. I think there's a difference in how you like the people that you would like fuck and have sex with versus the people that you would be romantic with.
Yeah.
Literally, I think I saw someone tweet about it once and it like kind of blew my mind. They were like, it's crazy for people to be able to be homosexual but heteroromantic. And I was like, that's a term I've never heard.
See these terms, bro. I can't keep up.
That's something to think about.
I was like, that's very okay, because it seems like there's some confusion there, but then I don't know, if you dig in, there might be like there are people that will definitely
I've actually seen that in real life.
There are niggas that will fuck anything.
Yeah,
it does it does not matter what it is, and we're not just any woman, but anything.
Anything, yeah.
But we'll only date women, and it comes off very you're hiding your true self. But I do think there's a group within that is legitimate. Hey, however I get my rocks off is how I get my rocks off.
Yeah.
However, I'm only interested in dating one subsection of this group. Blew my mind.
Wow, my mind is also blown.
I'm too blown against the wall.
I'm sorry, just you are too blown against the wall, or you're too blown against the wall? Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh. That's
like how blown are you?
Pretty blown.
Pretty
blown away.
Sam girl. I'm Sam.
That was a nice little segment that you gave there. Like,
see, that's why you needed to get that mic a long time ago.
Yeah.
You be saying some things that people need to hear.
I've never thought about that, but I've like seen that happen in in real life. So,
well, I've definitely had sex with some people that I would never date. It was only 2.
Oh, when I was doing that, I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I need to no.
Yeah, because there's only so many times, and then I'm like, either you are utility or I care about you. Let's see which one. Or you're gonna be a utility until I start caring about you, and then you gotta go.
No, I need to like have a connection with you.
Nah.
If
Connect
there's
this thing to my thing, and then we thangin'.
I mean, that's cool, but like,
that's the way. Show me the way.
The way.
For me in my brain, maybe it's because I think too much.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Try with drugs, but people are just like, be
try
sober.
harder. Do more things.
I do enough. I break a sweat. Yeah, I do.
I'm help.
What?
I'll say I like to mostly have a connection with someone.
Sorry.
I like to mostly have a connection with someone because I ain't trying to lay down with somebody that had no babies.
Oh,
yeah, you definitely don't want to do that.
Oh, no, you don't.
No, you want to be careful in these streets.
You want to be very careful. There are
stitters. There's stitters out there. There's babies.
Babies, condoms. Yes.
I do want people to like respect what I want in the bed, though. So
ooh.
Yeah.
Are we talking about?
Don't punch me in my face.
Yes, we are.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh, you want to be punched in the face?
I do like pain, according to my BDSM.
Girl, I could have punched you in your face a while ago.
So, listeners, in case you have never realized what your fetishes, kinks, or fantasies are, there is a website, BDSMtest.org. Please, I think we'll link it in the description.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description.
Please do yourself a favor and find out some interesting information about yourself. They have a short test and a long test. The long test is more accurate.
The short test is very annoying, but
it is annoying, but I also think you get pretty accurate results.
Yeah.
I also think it's a very great home conversation in case you got just a couple friends over and you want to spice up your conversation. This sounds like an infomercial because I've been doing this test since 2019 and having this conversation probably every 3 to 6 months with different groups of people.
this is fun. I didn't even know he was coming with this background information. I was just like, oh shit, you got this
the
in your
long
notes?
test is pretty long, but it's nice. And don't lie to yourself.
Don't lie.
It's just between you and God and whoever is hosting the website.
Some of the questions are criminal, but you know that's between you and whoever is your higher power.
Within my notes app, I have my BDSM test results with a link right next to my love languages because I think those things,
They
Thomas,
match.
you are just so prepared. You like, when I get in a relationship, I might have all my data together. You just give her a little book. Like, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. This is how I love. This is how I apologize.
Hello.
And she gonna be like, oh my gosh. Okay.
No, this
I
is
wish you could just
important
do that
information.
instead of dating people. Like, here's my data.
Here's the
my
data.
rap sheet. And you'd be like, oh yeah, you like job over we're good. We're good.
It's like, oh, I can look that, but I can't let that one go.
You always ask, can they beat Goku? Oh yeah, we're sorry. I'm so sorry. You seem so promising, but no.
I'm gonna have to let this one go.
I'm getting these strange ass text messages, but yeah, I'm gonna pull up my results too.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
I can go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And what's interesting, when I first, my second top is vanilla. Vanilla pretty much means you like normal sex.
Yeah.
And at first, I didn't know if I was offended or if I was like,
Oh, I was incredibly offended.
I was like, just normal sex? I'm supposed to have a sex life of normalcy?
Yeah.
But my top result is 100% switch. Right?
Really?
And then as you go down the list, third is primal prey.
Wow, really?
I'm 61% submissive and 60% dominant. And I was like, these results are making sense. What this pretty much tells me is every time I have sex, Trading Places by Usher should be playing.
Trading places.
Get it.
I don't
That
remember.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
That,
okay.
Yeah, I
'cause
smack
we should-
you in the face and I cook you so.
Huh?
I take out the trash and then I'm gonna do you.
What?
That's how it go, right?
There are some of those were right. Some of those were right.
Some of those.
I'm gonna put your t-shirt on and you gonna take me shopping. I was like, oh, okay.
I like the aspect of sometimes being very dominant. A recent experience, I was able to clearly vocalize to the woman and ask, whose pussy is it?
Oh.
And I was like,
That's a hard question to answer in the moment. I'm gonna just say that right now, because if you are not in a relationship with the person you with, you be like, it's
who's damn?
mine. Is it my yours?
It still belongs to me, but
It's mine, but I'm going to say it's yours.
It's yours sometimes, just right now.
but at the same time, if that happens that time, maybe the next time I want her to, vocalize to me.
This dick belong to me.
Come here, bring that dick
Dick
here.
here.
Like, she said that to me, and I might just melt.
I
As I
love
bring that dick
that.
in.
I love that song. Bring that dick here.
There's a me thing
In my
Come here and bring that dick here. This song is fucking atrocious, but I can't
So
think that I
aggressive.
don't play it.
Fantastic, honestly. Good. Sometimes it's aggressive. Sometimes you have to be like, bring that dick.
But
I
hey,
love. Can that be my new ringtone? Can you send me just that snippet? Bring that dick. It was lovely.
I was dating somebody. He refused to sext. And I was like, why won't you send me pictures of your dick? Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And I think there was some insecurity, but I'm just like, confidence, babe. It goes so far.
Come here.
Like, even if it was a micro, you could have did some angles and some lighting with that.
I think it's just like sometimes you just be like, women are beautiful. beautiful. The dick is the most ugly shit ever.
I disagree.
I remember a comedian saying a dick looks like a drunk person falling out of a cab.
No,
like you
it
just pull it
doesn't.
out and it's just like.
That's perfect.
And so that always lives rent free in my head. Anytime a dick is pulled out, I'm just like, yeah, sure does.
Okay, here's my thing about dicks. Like, we just had a conversation about spectrum and all that good shit and political correctness. Yeah, alphabet soup. Cool. I'm actually very attracted to penises. Vaginas scare the fuck out of me. They scare the fuck out of me.
They don't scare me, but I don't like how many different colors of fluid can come out of it. That's gross to me.
Interesting.
I don't like how they, like, when I first examined myself and took a mirror down there, I was like, that's what you look like?
That is a demon. Like, when you got to shave, you're like, all right, let's...
Oh my God.
Maybe we don't need a mirror.
That's terrifying. It's terrifying. But I think that goes with, like, this stigma behind black women and their vaginas. Like, in porn, we're not represented very well. So all I'm seeing is pink pussy.
Got you.
I'm seeing my brown pussy, and I'm thinking something's wrong with me.
Okay.
So I have to recondition my brain to be like, no, this is beautiful. This is natural. This is how you're meant to be.
Actually, I think I had to go through that same reconditioning. And now a black woman's vagina is the portal to heaven.
Honestly, a brown dick, too. I was used to pink dick.
I'm confused by pink things because pink is the color of your inside. And so when you have an outside thing that's pink, I'm like, oh, is it okay? Is it inflamed? Are you okay?
Jesus.
Has anyone in here sexually interacted with a white person?
Yes, I have.
I have gotten dick pics from a white person.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, wow. But pictures don't do anything for me in general. So it doesn't really matter what color it is. I'm just like, yep, that's anatomy right there.
If I have a booger, you gotta tell me, okay?
You good.
Sweet.
You have the littlest nose. That's so cute.
I don't think I've... No, I think the last white person I would have kissed would have been 6th grade. So I don't think...
So I've never had sex with a white man. But I've definitely partaken in foreplay types. Yeah.
You have touched a pink pickle.
Whoa.
You have?
No, I don't think I touched it.
I was gonna say,
I think I just
girl,
saw
how
it.
was it?
I think I just looked at it. I was like,
You looked at it and said,
okay, cool, yeah.
That's
Thanks.
different.
Thanks
That's
for showing
different
me
than what
that.
I mean.
All right, cool.
said, that thing is
Thanks
not
for
going.
showing me that.
Thank you for showing me that pink penis.
That thing is not.
Yeah, his name was Danny. Danny.
I will say
6th grade.
2 times.
Dick pics.
And I guess I never really had
Pink.
the...
Sorry.
You're really trying to spell it out.
Sorry.
I really never had the experience that I was like, oh, my vagina doesn't look like these white people.
Yeah.
I feel like something's wrong. Like, I never had that experience.
When I found out they call shit roast beef, I wanted to kill everybody.
Roast beef is delicious, though. Like, maybe I wasn't in the right mindset to understand, like, oh, this is not preferred.
Offended.
But I did have, like, 2 people that I've had sex with go, you have a really beautiful vagina. And I was like, huh.
That's so nice.
That's very interesting. That's a string of words in a sentence I never thought I'd hear before.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're pretty in general. But I'm just like, oh, wow, my genitals look good to you. That's cool. That's pretty good prerequisite for sex. So that's great.
But I think pussy deserves to be on a pedestal. I might not think it's the prettiest thing in the world, but it's definitely like a portal to life and needs to be praised and respected. Yeah. So I'll give it that. But like actual physical... You just
don't think it's the actual
It's
pretty.
not even...
genitals in general are not... The only
They're
thing that looks okay to me is a butthole. It's very simple. It's very simple looking. It's just a little hole.
The chocolate starfish?
I wasn't.
Looks normal to me.
I wasn't prepared.
It looks like it's supposed to look, and there's no extra jiggly bits. It's just...
You know what? I'll say this. Can't remember the last time I've spread cheeks and just looked at an asshole. So, you know what? You might have a point. I can't say it from my experience.
I was just like, wow.
I think
okay.
of Trump's lips. But
And I know
brown.
I'm gonna eat ass. But
You
like,
are going to eat ass.
I'm 1,000% gonna eat ass.
You know, I think I would try. I
Actually,
don't know
wait.
if I
Let me
could.
pause you for a second.
I don't know if I
Let me
could.
have this moment.
Okay.
Because niggas have been downplaying eating ass for years, and I will stand on this platform today and
Okay.
say, I can't remember the last
Louis woke
ass
up.
I've eaten.
Ass
Yeah.
Eating ass.
I
eat
can't
ass.
remember the last ass I've eaten, but I know many of asses will be eaten by the time it's all said and done.
Many of asses will be eaten 2022.
Yes.
Yes. And that is okay, and I'm glad we're finally at a point in if you cannot accept that, if that is a joke to you, fuck you.
Oh.
Okay? Asses should be eaten
Asses should
if
be
she
eaten.
desires her ass to have a wet tongue in it.
Okay, so like
I have
ass
so many
eating
thoughts.
and squirting were two things that go 20 years ago. We were like, oh no, that bitch peed in my bed. That shit not cool.
Bruh.
Eating ass, you nasty.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, yeah, I make that bitch squirt. And
It's
I'm just like,
really weird how
That's pee.
Yeah, that's what they don't know. It's just like, we're just peeing on you. I did what in your face?
Like-
I'm so sorry.
things were so intense that my bladder activated. I don't know why. That's
they just
cool.
like, nah, that's that Squirtle action. No,
just like,
that is that piss action. That's
Do you
that.
have a mattress protector? Like, I have questions on the cleanup of this. If you want this to happen and you want me to pee in your face, okay, I will do my best.
I think it's cute how they try to play it off like, no, that's so hot and blah blah. But back then, I think the disgust was warranted.
Yeah.
I
think-
really do. But eating ass now, if it's clean, sure.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Like, people who have bidets are already like 100% better than the population. But people who have bidets, yes, get your ass ate. You
Or-
clean your shit.
People that what's the shit that I had to do when I was constipated?
Enema.
Yeah, people that do enemas. If you do an enema to clean you out, so you're not like,
Doing that thing.
causing stains on people's lips, that's fine. That's fine. I require a clean booty. I require cleanliness. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's fair.
Wait, let's rewind because
Okay.
I understand that you said you're on a spectrum, but that's fine. That's great. We love it. But like, what if the man approaches you to eat his ass?
So, funny story. I've been told by somebody that I've dated in the past that I have eaten their ass, and I really don't recall this because I feel like I would know. Like I feel like I would know if I did that.
But
you were
like-
just
The
hungry when
texture-
you were down there.
No, but
The
like,
texture is very different than a dick. You know what I'm saying? You can't like accidentally suck a dick and then be like, oh snap, there's some ass in there. Like that's not how that works.
wait, okay, maybe in his defense, maybe
He
if
felt
you-
it.
Well, some men think that like a woman licking their taint area, the area
his
between the
ass.
balls and the ass, is eating ass. So
It's not.
Whatever he thought I did, he had a great time.
That's
I'll
a-
just say that.
But
you
like,
took him to town, got you.
I think we should normalize the fact that men's G spots are in their asses.
I'm constantly
Like,
trying to get to it. Like if my life was an anime, that would be the basic storyline.
I mean, but like,
Find the G spot in every man.
but if you know
I
that,
got reincarnated as a bitch who wants to find the G spot.
if you know that though, I don't understand fighting that hard line fact. Like, your G spot is in your booty. You don't want me to touch it?
That one
Okay.
you might have to give another 20 years.
Okay,
Okay.
but booty holes are different. Booty holes are not set up to receive things. So it's just like
They can
you
receive love.
really have to be
They
relaxed.
can receive love.
You have to be relaxed.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure.
Doesn't matter how much love you want to receive. If you are just a little bit anxious or a little bit unsure, that thing gonna be tight. I'm like, I can't even get a pinky finger in here. How am I supposed to find what I'm supposed to find?
This is supposed to be resembling of an asshole.
I like to tell my current that I want to go in there because they're secrets. And I know all of men's secrets are in their G-spot.
First
and
of
I
all,
want to find them.
Don't call that man your current. I'm upset. I'm upset.
You know what? We've reached an hour and 5 minutes. I think.
Okay. This is a great
Oh,
talk.
shit.
This was fun, right? This
No, it
was
was too long. It was too long, Sade. This is why you guys split this shit up. This is why I told you.
I mean, it's just one episode. We're not
We
talking
went from
about
mental health to sexuality in a couple pods.
We about to talk about spirituality. Let's
Are we
go.
just a sex podcast now?
That's what I'm telling you.
We could be, but we're all celibate, so it's like celibate sex.
True.
All right, well, we ain't got nothing else to say to y'all because we've been talking too much, but I hope y'all like this episode.
I hope you guys liked it.
And go take that test. Be sexy. Be safe. You know, do all that shit.
Make sure you like and give us 5 stars on whatever you're streaming this on.
Oh, please. That's actually important.
That's
please.
very important. So if you listen on Spotify, give us five stars on Spotify. Apple Podcast, 5 stars on Apple Podcast. SoundCloud, I don't know if there's a star system, but there's a follow system, so you can follow that button.
Yerp.
That's it.
All right, love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks for checking in with us.
That was amazing. Yes. No, I was talking about her burp.
Oh.
It's greatly attractive. That was the one.
That taco pasta. The cornbread, that's vegan.
Tacos would fucking hit right